Welcome to another piano tutorial quickie. Lovely song in waltz time or 3/4 time. I'll do a demo and then I'll go through the sheet music with you line by line. Off I go. Let's go through the music line by line. If you have a look in the first line, you can see that we've got the indication for a moderate waltz tempo. We're counting 3/4 time. Let's have a look at the notes in the right hand. We're starting on E with our second finger and going down to middle C. They're quavers, so they happen on half beats. So if we were counting that first bar, it would go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and. I'll do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and in the next bar we've got the same beginning, E and then down to middle C, this time up to A, 2 and 3 and in the third bar we've got the same beginning again, E and middle C as quavers, and then we're going up to the B this time, 2 and 3 and in the last bar we're on G with our third finger, 1 and finishing off with an interval on D and F with fingers 1 and 2 on beats 2 and 3. I'll do that whole line again. 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. In that fourth bar, in line 1, we've got a little bit of a slur. So we've got a curved note that joins the G to that D and F interval. To play a slur, we need to slightly accent the first note and play the second note lightly. My younger students, I call it the drop float technique. So we drop down on the G and float off the D and the F in the second beat. Let's have a look at the left hand. We've got our little finger on C and then followed up on beats 3 and 4 with an interval, third finger on E and thumb on G. Just like this. 1, 2, 3. And then again in bar 2 the same thing. 1, 2, 3. And then in bar 3 the same thing again. 1, 2, 3. And then in bar 4 a little change. Little finger goes down to the B on beat 1 and then we're playing an interval with F and G on beats 2 and 3. Our left hand looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's put that together very slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Good. You can see also on our sheet music that we're starting off our music P, which is short for piano, which means soft. Then we've got a gradually louder going all the way through those 3 bars and we're ending off with an F or forte, which means loud. So dynamically we need to gradually increase the sound as we move along the music, just like this. The other thing to listen out for is that you've got your right hand, which is the melody, coming out above your left hand, which is the accompaniment. Let's have a look at the second line. In our right hand, we're starting on an F this time and going down to D for those first 2 half beats because they're quavers. 1 and up to the B for beat 2 and then back to A for beat 3. I'll do that again. 1 and 2, 3. In that second bar in line 2, you can see we've got another slur. So a little bit of a drop onto the G and then float off that interval in beat 2, and then we've got another one on beat 3. Bar 3 is the same as bar 1. 1 and 2, 3. In that fourth bar on the second line, we've got a G and another slur to the E, and then another E on beat 3. The whole right hand for the second line goes like this. In the left hand, we've got B with our little finger on beat 1, and then F and G interval happening on beat 2 and 3, and that's repeated, and then again, and then in the last bar we're back to our C chord or C and our E and G interval. The second line looks like this. You can see that time I held down my bass note while I played my intervals. That's another option that you can do when you're playing this waltz time or this papa. You can either bring your little finger up if you want that sort of sound, or you can keep it down if you want that bass note to continue throughout the whole bar. Line 2 looks like this. Line 3 is exactly the same as line 1, no surprises there. Let's move on. If you have a look at the last line, in our right hand we've got a very similar scenario to what we had in the second line. We've got the F, D, up to the B, 2, 3, then back to the G, slur, and then a little bit of an ending, G to the E, D, and then finishing on the C, and in the second beat up to the C that's an octave higher. I'll do that last line again. 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're starting moderately loud in that last line, and then at the end we've got a ritardando, which means gradually slower, and then at the end we've got a little pause, which means we can hold that last C for as long as we like. The left hand in the last line, we've got our B again, and that F and G interval in bar 2 as well, and in bar 3 as well, and then finally we've got our C and our E and G with a pause over the top, so we can hold it for as long as we want to. Together it looks like this. And we're done.